Hi, readers and friends. Welcome to another edition of Prepare Your Shelf for releases coming out on November 25th. My name is Amy. I'm one of the buyers.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm the marketing manager.
And we're excited to tell you about a few titles that are coming out just in time for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What have you got for us, Elizabeth?
All right, I'm starting us off with a thriller. It's called Best Offer Wins. And if you have ever been in the position of trying to buy a house and you know how competitive it can get or how stressful it is to find a house, this book just might be for you.
Okay.
This is a thriller where a couple is in the intense process of trying to find a house in a desirable neighborhood. They've picked their neighborhood they would like to be in. They are pretty privileged. They want like a very specific kind of thing, but that's hard to find. And they find their perfect house, and it turns into quite the thrilling ride to see if they can get it.
Okay.
There are some definite dark undertones. This is a thriller with some messiness in it.
Okay.
But I think it could be really fun, very propulsive. This is a debut novel, which is always interesting to see how that goes. But I've heard excellent things about this one. I even heard somebody say that they hadn't been so engrossed since Gone Girl, which that may be a stretch, but I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
As someone who went through the searching and home buying process just a couple of years ago, it might be too soon for me to revisit the trauma and stress of that, but maybe it would be a good separation. I don't know.
Yes.
So interesting.
So the tagline is, "How far would you go for the house of your dreams?"
Intrigue. All right. Well, I have a couple of nonfiction today. The first one is called Family of Spies by Christine Kuhn. This is a World War II espionage story, but it's unlike anything that you've read before. It is, so essentially the author was contacted back in the 90s. She got a letter from a filmmaker who was basically asking about her family's history and involvement in World War II. And she knew nothing about that other than that her father had fought for the American Army. But they seemed to think that there was more to it. So she went on this 30-year research investigation. And it turns out that her aunt had an affair with Nazi leader Joseph Goebbels. Unfortunately, she was half Jewish. And when Goebbels found that out, instead of having her life ended, he sent their entire family to Hawaii to serve as spies to the Japanese, and they were actually integral in helping to bring about the attack on Pearl Harbor. And they basically the author's grandparents and aunt were the ones that were doing all of this. Her father was a little bit younger and was kind of kept out of it until the grandfather was basically arrested, tried for these crimes, and he discovered it and completely separated from the family, went and joined the army, the American Army, fought in Okinawa, and just kept it completely secret. So it wasn't until this filmmaker came and was like, "Hey, we want to tell this story of your family," that she had to go to her father and be like, "What are they talking about?"
Oh my
gosh. And her father finally comes clean with this story, but it leads down this rabbit hole of investigation. So as fun as a story about Nazi Germany can be, I think this is a really interesting, different look at what was going on behind the scenes. I know, several people who would be interested in it. So if you have a history buff that likes that kind of thing, just a different kind of twist, and maybe a more human connection element of we all might be more connected than we realize to some of the things that were going on. I don't know. Check it out, Family of Spies.
All right.
What else you got?
My second one is called Murder Among the Stacks. Earlier this fall, I said that this is going to be the year of puzzle books, and I think this is part of that. So Murder Among the Stacks is a cozy mystery story, so you've got your novel, combined with themed word search puzzles. So as you're reading the story, you do word searches that are themed with the story and all tied together.
So I wonder if they help you uncover the clues?
So
if there's I'm intrigued.
Yes. So I think they're definitely connected. I don't know if it's going to help you solve the puzzle at the end, but like I definitely think this is a fair play novel where you can solve the puzzle by the end. But it's combining those loves of cozy mystery plus puzzle book. And I think that's just so fun.
Yes.
And if you love this first one, it's going to be a series. So, and it will be like a connected series with similar characters. And so, like, I just love this as a concept that you get to fully participate along these lines.
You know, we love a genre combining novel, and this is going a little bit further with that, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, along similar lines, I also have a puzzle-related book. This is Across the Universe by Nathan Last. This is the past, present, and future of the crossword puzzle. He does an in-depth history of the crossword, of who makes them, why crossword puzzles matter, how they reflect and influence culture. He looks at, really critically at, you know, what cultures and what priorities and what values often get included and represented in mainstream crossword puzzles, and what that says or doesn't say about who we are and what we value. He also looks at the fact that there's sort of a new generation of puzzle lovers who might be like shifting those values and are also shifting who is creating these puzzles. So this author has been, I wrote it down, has been contributing puzzles to the New York Times since he was 16 years old.
Whoa.
So this guy is a hardcore crossword puzzle aficionado. He continues to make bi-weekly puzzles for the New Yorker. He has several other books of crossword puzzles. So this guy knows what he's talking about. And this is one of the sort of first comprehensive insider and maybe more critical looks at like what the crossword puzzle represents and symbolizes and does for community. Also, just a little trivia for you. Did you know that, now I have to find my trivia, 36 million Americans solve a crossword puzzle at least once a week.
Oh, wow.
And nearly 23 million Americans solve one every day.
Wow.
And it would be more than that if a certain app would have kept the mini accessible to those of us who can't afford for a games subscription. But that's okay. That's neither here nor there. It's fine.
But that sounds like a perfect gift item for, I'm sure there's someone in your life that does a crossword every day.
And just loves like words and how words impact culture.
Yeah.
Eat it
so
up.
Fun.
Yes.
Talking about gifts.
Yes.
This is going to be our last Prepare Your Shelf of the year, because in December, we're going to be talking about some of our favorite books of the year, some gift ideas, a little like recap, if you would. Partially because new releases are pretty slow in December, just how the publishing calendar goes, but also because we want another chance to talk about some of our favorite books. So we hope you join us there for that series, and we hope that something today caught your attention to prepare your shelf for tomorrow.
Yes, and we'll be back with Prepare Your Shelf in January.
Yes.
All right. See you then.